We're all emotional. That's the point I'm trying to say. We're all emotional creatures. Yet we live in a society that only functions with rigid, unemotional systems. And that's a big problem for us, I think. That's a big problem. You know, it's a source of a lot of tension. Like I think about the post office, the ultimate. Every time I've ever been into the post office has been for emotional reasons. And everyone who works in the post office is cunt. Like everyone. I'm not saying that they are, but the system turns them into one. Like I used to go in there a lot. My wife's from another country. I used to go in there, and one time I went there, I was in a pretty bad way. I'll be honest, even worse than tonight, if you can imagine. And I went in there, and they went, all right, what are you sending? And I went, I've got a package here for the woman I love. I've got a ribbon from her hair. I've got a ticket from our first date, and I've got 20 handwritten notes saying if she doesn't come back home and tell me this is going to be all right, I think I might actually kill myself. All right, weigh it. And that's it. That's how we live. That's how we all live in that grey area, the slipstream. It's tough. We are emotional. Like I'm very emotional. I accept that. I'm probably too emotional. I'm all emotion. I'm no logic. Like these days, I don't know about you. I don't even wait to the end of a sentence before I decide whether I'm getting good news or bad news. I emote so quickly. I have to. I actually don't think I'm the only one. I've got a joke I think sums us up. In order to tell you this joke, I'm going to have to reveal some information that's secret, so let's keep it in the room. But it has recently emerged that me and my wife are expecting a child. You have to let me finish. You have to let me finish. We're expecting a child to make some pretty serious accusations against me. How do you think that went for you? How do you think that? Yes, you're my type of audience. You're emotional people. There's no way this will blow up in our face. I like that joke. I like it because it's sort of offensive, but it isn't, you know? Because I don't really do offensive comedy. I'm not really interested in shock comedy, you know? There's debates in a minute about shock comedy. Is it right? Is it wrong? The main thing is I just think it's boring. I think it's easy. Anyone can do it. Anyone can just use an offensive word, you know, a trigger word, trick an audience's emotion into feeling something. You know, bombarding, paedophilia, necrophilia, rape, anyone. Because also, use your head. Murder, far worse act. Murder's the worst thing a person can do. But that word, murder, doesn't shock us like those other words. It's far more socially acceptable. Yeah? Right, if you don't believe me, let me just ask you all a question, right? Do you think that Sophie Ellis-Bextor would have had anywhere near the level of success that she had if she'd released a single called Paedophilia on the Dance Floor? You're ever going to burn that goddamn house right down? Don't you know what they're doing in there? Certainly don't think Agatha Christie was ever going to write a Poirot novel called Necrophilia on the Orient Express. What's the twist? You all fucked him? Is that the twist? That's an example of a joke I wouldn't tell. So.